باقي الفاري ما غاديش يتحرك. المهم حيت بزاف كيسولوني كيقول لي مريم عندك راه نايضه في لافريك دابا وداكشي. المهم باش نشرح لكم شويه حيت تبعت المواضيع من شحال هادي وانا متبعه، نقول لكم شويه من داكشي اللي عارفه انايا نبارطاجيه معكم على شنو واقع حاليا في لافريك. الوغ سيادي مالي يمكن هذا عام كانت ناضت لي فرنسي صافي جرات عليهم هي فاش فرنسا بدات كتهدد كاع داكشي ديالها تمايا صافي شويه. بوركينا فاسو حتى هما مشحون عندهم قضيه مع فرنسا. جات النيجر ديك السيمانه. المهم اليوم شحال في الشهر اليوم نهار 13 في شهر 8 الفيديوات كيكون عندي مطين شويه على حسب ملي كندير المونتاج وداكشي. دونك هذيك السيمانه النيجر جات سيدي وتقول لهم انقلاب عسكري حيدت الرئيس اللي كان وهادو في دول الساحل. المهم انا جابده المابس هنايا، ها هي مالي نيجر بوركينا فاسو. صافي وهي دير انقلاب عسكري حيدت هذاك الرئيس اللي عندها وصافي وهي تحيد. وجات هادشي زعما باش هي تحيد فرنسا من عندها من البلاد. النيجر عندها الذهب وعندها اليورانيوم اللي كيمشي لفرنسا. 40% ديال اليورانيوم اللي كيكون في فرنسا من النيجر لا ما خصنيش نكذب. المهم اللي عنده شي تدخل يكتبوا لينا في لي كومونتير. ايوا خوتي النيجر ناضوا قالوا لهم سي فيني هادشي. و مالي وبوركينا فاسو دعموا هذا الانقلاب ولا غيني اوسي. ناضت الاخوان لا سي دي او هي واحد المنظمه الرئيسيه يمكن هو الرئيس ديال نيجيريا جاو قالوا لك لا هما ضد هذا الانقلاب العسكري. هادو كيقولوا انا ما كندويش في السياسه، انا هذاك الشيء اللي عرفت انهم من فرنسا اللي باغا انه هذا الانقلاب ما يفشل باسكو الرئيس ديال اللي كان في النيجر كان مع فرنسا. وهذا الانقلاب شكون اللي دعمه روسيا قالت حيت سيديو قالوا راه انه لا غادي يدخلوا غادي يصيفطوا لي ميليتير. شكون اللي قال؟ السنغال كوت ديفوار توغو ونيجيريا قالوا غادي يدخلوا بلي ميليتير ديالهم حيت هما ضد هذا الانقلاب وهادشي ماشي ديمقراطي وكذا. روسيا قالت لهم هذا الشعب خرج قال لهم حنا مع هذا سي فيني ما بغيناش بغينا فرنسا. المهم شعلات مالي حيدت الفرنسيه كلغه رسميه ليها. جات فرنسا حيدت لي فيزا لي بوركينا صحاب بوركينا فاسو قالت لهم ما غاديش نبقى نعطيكم الفيزا حبسات شي سيمانه. جاو فاش هما طلقوا لهم قالوا صافي على لي فيزا هي تجي بوركينا فاسو قالت لهم حتى هي ما بقاتش غنعطي لي فيزا وفرضات عليهم. دابا هما شنو كان الناس اللي عندهم شركات ولا اللي عندهم استثمارات في بوركينا فاسو لي فرونسي كانوا كيخلصوا الضريبه في فرنسا. دونك جابه قالت لهم حبس عليه هادشي دوبل طاكس ما بقاش هادشي ما كاينش شي صافي حبس. المهم صافي بغاو يحبسوا المرقه مع فرنسا. مالي حتى هي المهم روسيا تدعم ومالي عندهم واحد لابارتي فيها انفصاليين اللي كيطالبوا واحد لابارتي تما جاو ناضوا هما محاربين قال لك هما ضد روسيا. المهم الروينه فهمتي لافريك كتحيد من حيدت لك من واحد تحيد لك فرنسا غتجي تدخل مع روسيا والشعب كيولى كيهز دابا الرايه ديال روسيا زعما يسون افيك باسكو كيبان لهم انهم سنين وهما مع فرنسا وباقي الفقر الوغ كو لافريك زعما سي واحد الكونتينون اللي كيعيش كوتي سورس وداكشي الذهب اليورانيوم الالومنيوم كاع اللي بغيتي ديال لا ريشيس كاين هنا ولكن كيبقى باغمي لي كونتينون لي بلو بوف زعما الناس ما مستافدينش من هادشي. هنايا في غانا كاين لي شين ولا شين دخلوا بزاف هما في افريق وهنا ما كيحملوهمش باسكو كيحيدوا الذهب. كاين اللي كياخذوهم بطريقه غير مباشره زعما غير قانونيه يعني ماشي شي دي كونطرا مع الدوله داكشي كاين داكشي حسي مسي. المهم انا راه كنت صورت واحد اللعيبات ديال الذهب انا نبارطاجيهم في الفيديو نيت صورتهم في الاول ولكن ما بغيتش نلوحهم ديك الساعه باسكو جو فولي با نحطهم في اللوكاليزاسيون اللي انا فيها. ما هذوك واحد الناس اللي نورمالمون ما كانوش كيبغيو يتصوروا غير حنا تسامباتيزينا معاهم وداكشي كان معايا توماس صافي خلونا نصوروا. وكتبان لك بان الناس عايشه الفقر الوغ هما نورمالمون سي دي بي اللي عندهم لا ريشيس. تخيلوا معايا الذهب، انا فين ما مشيت كتلقى الذهب. مي هاد المنطقه اللي كنت فيها كلها فيها بحال قلتي مناجم ماشي قانونيه باش كيجبدوا الذهب، وكتلقى بانهم كيعيشوا الفقر. بنادم فرحان حيت عطاه شي خبز الوغ هو كيجبد. فهمتي يعني كيبان لك بانه نورمالمون البلايص اللي خص يكون فيهم مناجم مثلا اللي كيمشيو لهم هاد لي شينوا ولا هذا باش ياخذوا الذهب، خص تكون واحد المناطق تكون او موا دوك صحاب دوك المناطق يكونوا مستافدين، ماشي حتى البلاد كامله. فوالا المهم موضوع انا نقدر نبدا نعطيكم الجديد. انا راني كنبش من هنا ومن هنا وباش كنبقى على كل جديد. انا حاليا بعيد على كل صداع. الشمال ديال طوغو حيت فيه حتى هو الصداع، الشمال ديال غانا حتى هما غادي نحاول ما نقربش ليه باسكو عندهم حدود مع بوركينا فاسو. دونك زيروا القضيه تما، ما فيه اللي مابقى يمشي تما، بداو يقلبوا لك باكطاج وداكشي. المهم القضيه محاك. دونك انا غنبقى في المناطق اللي ما فيهمش الصداع باش فوالا هادشي اللي كاين. اصلا هنا الدنيا زوينه، كاين جبال يعني ما غاديش نمشي باسم هذا. كل بلاصه فيها لي واتر فولز غادي نحاول نستافد منهم. فوالا الاصدقاء، كانت معكم مراسلتكم ميريلوست من معروفه بالذهب كيف ما كتعرفوا، عندها لامين بزاف. دونك هاد السيد غيورينا منين كيخرجوا الذهب. ليتس جو. مشيت لبلاصه الذهبيه سيراليون، مشيت لبلاصه فين كيكون ديامون يا ربي ديامون وما عشوش. مي لا ان شاء الله نوغا لوبورتونيتي دو فوار لور. اوكي ثانك يو. votre يوتيوبرز بريفيري ميريلوست. ما عرفتش صراحه خوت علاش يوتيوب ما بقاش كيبان لي الفيديوهات ديالي. دابا اللي كنلوح 5000 ما عرفتش وليت كنوصل 5000 فيو بزز. تما راه كامله 5000 بزز. سورتو كو انستغرام كنبارطاجي فيه الديتاي، راه واحد ديفور كندير زعما في يوتيوب. ما عرفتش يعني خصكم دابا تبداو ديروا لي لايك وتكومونطيو باش يوتيوب يرجع يدير لي الفيديوهات ديالي. دونك هاهما لي زيتاب ديال ميكين غوز. كتحفر هنايا من بعد كيعطيها هنايا كنحط هنايا يدير الماء هنايا كيدوزها هنايا من بعد كيساليو كيجبدوه من هنايا. فوالا في الاخر عندي البول.
But you guys are working very hard, you know, it's not easy job. I admire you a lot. You have my admiration. Thank you, I'm Thomas. Thank you very much. Thank you.
My name is Joseph.
Joseph? Okay, nice name. Yo, Christian name. Christian, good.
He's the one who said Jesus Christ.
Okay, he's the boss. But
All of here.
you are the working the hardest.
Boss. Yeah, boss.
But you are a good boss because you work hard.
Yes, all the hard work. If you carry me go,
baby,
your side, I'm go too hard.
baby, I'm the man.
Who is this?
He they ask you who is that?
Hakim Ziyech.
Hakim Ziyech.
Yes.
You watch him in Chelsea?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was in Chelsea, Hakim Ziyech.
They play for PSG.
Hakim Ziyech
Yeah.
from Morocco.
From Morocco.
نمشي هنايا باش نشوف فاش كيخرج.
That's me.
اوكي.
This one, that's me. This one corner get TV. This one portion. And this one, you call him Saint Mike.
And this is the boss.
Yeah, the boss.
The boss.
This one. Chief on the land.
The name of the place is the supply. And these two people, they are quite similar. Yeah. This place is
euro, mais quand on a Ghana, c'est 6 millions, c'est euro. Ghana,
Yeah, this is mine. Adams. Yeah.
You're Muslim?
I'm a Muslim.
MashaAllah.
Inshallah. My name. You could call me. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Very far. For me, it's problem to get.
Say something for people of Morocco.
Morocco.
Mm.
Morocco, all people in Morocco, I greet you all, your president, your everything, all of them. I'm here, I'm Ghana. Sebi Amoya. My name is Adams. I'm a Muslim. I work for good. Anytime. My work is
Hard
for
work.
good. Hard work.
Hard work, hard work.
Anytime,
hard
every day, every night, I work hard for good.
work. May God
Job.
bless you.
Yeah, Allah, mashallah, I will get it
Mashallah.
one day.
One
I'll
day.
get good, big good, one day.
One day, yes, you get inshallah,
Yeah,
inshallah,
mashallah.
inshallah.
Yeah, this one is good.
حياة صعيبة، ما كتعرفش واش غير عادلة ولا ما كتلقى واحد دابا كيجبد الذهب، عرفتي كيفاش كيجبدوا الذهب تمايا، مي فريمون ما عندهمش. ايماجين قال لك واش لنا معاك الخبز. المهم ما كانش عندنا حنا الخبز، مي فاش كنا غاديين واحد المراه كتبيع الخبز وصافت مع واحد قلت لها كعطيه الشاف وداكشي، عرفتي كيبدا حتى هو الشاف كيعيط ليه زعما and he was very happy بخبيز الوغ كو هو كيجبد الذهب. شنو هي الذهب؟ مي الناس اللي كيضربوا تمار عليه ما كيتخلصوش مزيان. فوالا هذه هي الحياة. That's good.
All right. So hi.
Hi.
Yes. So I think you were asking about the Niger
Yeah.
and the coup that has happened. Okay. I have traveled extensively. I have lived in Europe.
Okay.
I have traveled in Niger. I've been to Burkina. I've been to Mali because of the work that I do. So now let me be honest with you. If you go to Niger, they are one of the poorest
Yeah.
in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know the ranking, but that is what I'm saying. So, for instance, if you suffer for so long, 40 years, 50 years, and you realize that you have so much wealth,
Yeah. Uranium and
you are in your
gold.
home, imagine you are in your home and you are starving.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a simple question. You live in your own house, you
Yeah.
are not a stranger,
Yeah.
but you are starving.
Wow.
How will you feel over years? What is going to happen is that it gets to a time, if you have no option, you'll be tired.
Yes.
You have to fight back to take over your home.
Yes.
So in short, for me, it is a revolution. It is not a coup.
Yeah.
That is my opinion.
Yeah, for me too.
Because as I said, you cannot look at them. About 85% of the country doesn't have light.
Yeah.
No electricity.
Yeah.
But the uranium in that country is sent to Europe, other countries to power them. And 1 out of every French home is powered by uranium from
Africa.
Niger.
Yeah.
So to what extent will Africa be exploited? You know, we talk about we have gained independence. I don't think independence is just in the books. Democracy is just in the books. If democracy is for the people and by the people, and the people do not have a say, but the Europeans rather have a say in what is happening in a country, then we are still slaves to them.
Yeah.
We are slaves by practical means, but on records, we say we have independence. We have nothing to show for independence.
Yeah.
Let me be honest with you. If you speak on these issues, then they'll come after you. You have a lot of people going to lambast you, and as a business person, they'll crash your business, they do a whole lot of things. So we are a bit careful talking about that.
Yes.
You understand? But it's about time. It's about time it's realized that in my let me tell you something, in my community or in where I come from, there is a saying that in Siota Poncherenia or Joro, when the toad or the frog swallows too much water and it's too much, it has to vomit some out to stay alive.
Yeah.
So that's the situation that we find in Niger now. It has swallowed so much that it cannot longer hold what is in the belly. It has to come out. So it's a revolution. And to be honest with you, I'm just amazed how our own people, and you know, our leaders are not even, we go to vote, and the voting is not reflective of who we want.
Yeah.
It's a reflective of what the Westerners want to rule us. because of their selfish gain. They want the diamonds, they want the uraniums, they want the gold, everything out there. And we are giving papers in terms of dollars, in terms of their CFA, what currency. But that is useless. It's an absolute nonsense. You know. So for me, I'm just watching quietly. I've tried as much as possible not to speak on these issues because I am bitter about it. I'm angry about it. I don't come from there, but I'm African. And I've lived in Europe, as I told you. I can mention not less than 10 countries I have lived. I have 2 master's degrees in Europe. You understand? So I know how living in Europe is. And I know how living in Africa is. I came down to my country to do farming. I'm into commercial farming. You understand? Because I know most of our industries go out there. They bring raw materials from outside to process here. We bring the wheat, the barley, even the drinks that we take, the malts that we take. So at the end of the day, I realized that we could produce them here. Why don't we produce here? So I have farms across the country. That is what I do. But what I'm just going to say is that, look, we have been maltreated. We have been disadvantaged. We are living on treasures, but we are poor. And these are things God has blessed us with. But we are being robbed of what belongs to us. You know, it's about time, and I'm surprised even ECOWAS is actually trying to go and attack Niger, and that's the most stupid thing. Do you know why they are doing that? Let me be honest with you. They are afraid that it will happen to some of them, because most of them are puppets of the West. So once Niger has done that, Mali has done that, Burkina has done that, Guinea has done that, what is going to happen now is they know it to get to their turn because they are corrupt. You understand? And they have. How can you say you are going to now partner with France to attack, or the Westerners to attack Niger, your home soil? And they've forgotten that even those guys, how do you call those people who are attacking Nigeria? How do you call them? The Boko Haram. They couldn't even deal with Boko Haram. You're going to deal with Niger. Why can't you just quench the fire in your home? And you're going to actually fight someone who is fighting for his survival. I think it's a stupid thing, to be honest with you. With ECOWAS, with whoever they say. Why didn't they defend Libya? Look at now what Libya has turned to. Gaddafi was the best person African had. The leader that was supposed to revolutionize Africa. And look at what's the name of this man who died recently. Who the British brought him when he turned against them to actually now know the need. Zimbabwe president, the former Mugabe. They will always say he's stupid. They always say Mugabe was a dictator. I said, who defines who is a dictator? If the people of that country accept them, if the people of that country celebrate the person, if they have food to eat, electricity, power, who defines who a dictator is? That's why they are saying the same thing to Putin. The Russians are celebrating him. You understand? Everywhere.
Even in Guinea-Bissau.
Yes, people are celebrating him. You understand? Because this nonsense must stop. People are just trying to import ideas and things onto other countries. Whereas, do you think, let me ask you this simple question. Do you even think that we can go and exploit people from Germany? So we have been enslaved in our own country by the whole Westerners. So Niger's issue, to be honest with you, is a revolution. The same way I don't support coup in Ghana, Rawlings. There were a lot of coups. At Champon, there were a lot of coups. But that has also affected our democracy. You understand? It has changed a lot of things such that we are able to actually live peacefully. Time is coming. A time is coming where Africa is going to be one. Whether we are living by then or not. All these imperialist, colonialism issues will not be anymore because people are tired of it. And the youth that are coming are going to rebel against it. We're going to fight for our rights. That is what our great fathers and grandfathers and things actually did not do much in terms of this. But we've come to realize that if we don't rise up now, you understand, we will be we are even colonized already, not that we'll be colonized already. So for me, and one more thing I want to say, I've traveled to these places after the coups. They are safe. The Western media is projecting as if Niger is a terrible place to be. Mali is a terrible place to be. Burkina, you can go through those places and see the kind of security there, the kind of stability there now. So why are the West saying as if when the coup took place and my definition, the revolution took place, things have stabilized. The people believe in the same government. If I believe in military government, and we all believe in military government, is it not democracy is what? by the people, for the people. So if we believe in that, it's not democracy.
Yes,
So that if not democracy should not be defined by them. It should be defined by the country in which this thing is, the activity is going on, whatever is going on there. So in short, I would say that they've realized that if they don't take their destiny in their own hands, they'll be enslaved forever. Their descendants, their generation will still be poor. And one day, over time, they'll be wiped out. So for me, I think I don't see it as a coup.
Yeah.
I see it as a wake-up. I see that people are realizing that we've been cheated for far too long. We have been fooled for far too long. In the name of interventions and aids and things, they are taking whatever we have. I don't believe in those aid. How can you be giving aid to a country? Listen to me. You say you're giving Niger aid. Is the aid equivalent? And I want the whole world to understand this. Do you think the aid, whether 2 billion that they are giving Niger every year, whatever they give them, is the aid more than the uranium they are picking from the country? That's absolutely nonsense. Don't give them aid. Pay for the uranium you are picking.
Yeah.
And see if the country will not develop. So I prefer partnership. I prefer, let's dialogue, let's sit, let's have mutual respect. Instead of you giving me, what is aid? Aid is for people who cannot think.
Yeah,
Aid is for
even
people who cannot.
yesterday in
It's
in
absolute
Niger they
nonsense.
said we want
don't need
no more.
aid.
Yeah,
I'm always against aid.
yeah.
I have schooled. Where I schooled, let me be honest with you. When we traveled abroad to school, we're one of the best in the class. We outperformed them. Let me give you this. We outperformed them. So when we come back home, we are not stupid. Do you understand?
Yeah.
We can match any student or any profession in any country. Just that our problem has always been leadership, which they have. Are you with me? So if we are able to get the leadership right, I'm telling you, Africa is going to rule the world.
Yeah,
That is what they are
because
scared
we
of.
have lots of resources.
We have the resource.
Yeah.
Look at Morocco. We bring fertilizer from Europe. I'm a farmer. We bring fertilizer. Almost all the fertilizer we bring come from Morocco. Then we have Russia. We bring some from Russia and the other places. But now we are importing a lot from Morocco. So imagine the whole African, the 50-something countries come together. We put our resources together. Look at how we're going to develop. That is what we have to be doing. But they want to divide us. And as long as they keep dividing us, we'll become weak. As long as we are weak, they'll use us to fight us.
Yeah.
So they'll use Nigeria to fight Niger. They'll use another country to fight Senegal to fight Niger. They'll use our own African people to fight. It's the same thing they did to Libya.
This is
It's
so
sad.
complicated and sad. You see, when I was in Sierra Leone and they saw they have diamonds and they are one of the poorest countries that I have visited, you feel that people are having nothing. Here
The
in
British.
Ghana, I was in some place and I saw they take gold and the people are looking just for bread.
Yes.
And the road are very
Yes, bad.
bad.
You are mining gold from a country and you cannot give even 10% or 20% of what you're mining to develop that country.
Yeah.
Are you not
It's so
insane?
sad.
Is
You
it
take
not
just
sad?
Gold from 10 meters from here and you can just
You
the
can't
road.
develop a place.
Yeah, that
You
is
take
so sad.
uranium from a country to your country and you can't even give them light. Do you know France has shot themselves in their own foot.
Yeah.
Do you understand? They thought they were wise. If they had been able to invest part of the benefit they had in Niger by actually giving them power, setting up nuclear reactors to be able to provide them power, this wouldn't have happened. They are human beings. They can think. You understand? I have farms. I'm building clinic for the community that gave me the land to farm. Do you think they'll come against me?
No.
No, because even though I have paid for the land belonged to the community. I'm giving an example. They belong to the community, but they didn't have clinic. Another person who they gave land to, gave them borehole water, has done water for them.
Yeah.
What they need is not healthcare. I have come to do healthcare for them. Is that not how we should behave? Whatever we have is not ours. It's God who has given it to us. And as such, we are just taking care of them. And we should be careful how we handle it. So when you do that, the people themselves will protect you. When you go to the community, they celebrate you because you've given them clinic. Someone has given them water. You understand? If France had done the same thing to Niger, they would have celebrated France.
Yeah.
You understand? They would have celebrated them. Nobody could have kicked them out. But when you always want to cheat, one day your cup will be full. My mom will always tell you, give them long rope. No matter how long the rope is, it has an end.
Yeah.
One day, the rope will end.
It's what's happening
And now
now.
it has ended.
Yeah, it's the end. You know, it's good. You know, even for Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, they have always problem. There is some, yeah, you know, it's complicated to talk about this, and you see how people are poor and they have lots of riches in the country and they are not. This is sad.
Look,
So
poverty has not been, should not be the fate of Africans.
yeah,
We have done nothing wrong to be poor,
yeah,
but they have colonized our mindsets. They have captured the mindset, including the leadership, and the people who they have affected so much. It's even the leaders, because everything stems from the leader.
yeah.
Let me be honest with you.
Yeah.
If your head is aching now, your whole body will feel the pain. Do you understand
Yeah.
me? So for me, that is why they had to take out that leader there. You understand? Because with that leader, he's leading the whole country. If the leader is sick, the country is sick.
Yes.
You understand? So for me, taking out that puppet, I saw a video recently. When I was coming, I just watched a YouTube video where he had gone to France. The same leader, about what's the name? I've forgotten the Niger's president. He was working there, and you could see Macron tapping his shoulder, as if he's a kid or a toddler. You understand? I saw in the video he'd gone to France visiting them, and they were chatting, talking, and he was handling him as if he was some puppet, but he's a president of a country. So this is how far that they have reduced themselves to, such that whatever the Western countries say, that is what they follow, and that's absolutely nonsense. So for me, I think we should be wise as Africans. We've been cheated far too long. We don't need to be poor. We have so much that
not
God
be
has
poor,
blessed us
yeah.
with, and we don't need to be poor.
Yeah.
So we have to rise up. The word is we have to rise up. And rising up is not violence. That's the honest truth. Rising up is actually taking control of what God has blessed us with and being used to change the destinies of ourselves. We'll die and go soon. We are getting old. Our children will come. Now, the greatest fear is what lies ahead of our children. We don't know. Look at how things are happening. Our children, we don't even know what lies ahead of them. So for me, in simple, I'm sad. I'm saddened with what is happening. Especially, I was thinking ECOWAS should have backed them in a way. They should have had a meeting, sat down, tell them, okay, this is what has been happening. And ECOWAS has failed to understand the problem, the pain, the cry, the tears of the Niger people. And that is what is the problem. I can talk on this the whole day, so
Yeah,
let me just...
thank you so much.
All right, thank
I
you.
appreciate how you talk about this Africa. So guys, عطانا الملخص المفيد ديال شنو واقع وتا هو كيدوي بالحرقه دوز سنين في برا تا هو عطانا شنو كاين تا هو نفس الرأي ديال انه we have to stop this.
Yeah, thank you.
May God bless Africa.
Yes, and make Africa...